Welcome back to the Afghani prison. It's RHS Live, back at it again.
Yep, it's us.
We're just going to get right into the news for all 6 of our viewers.
Yeah. I think this is a request from everybody to select group of intellectuals that keep jumping up and breaking down the exit signs.
Girls thought that was hot in 7th grade, but now you just look like an idiot, so maybe cut it out. That's just from all of us, the administration, the teachers, and RHS Live, and every other reasonable human being in this school. Thank you.
And if you keep doing that, you're going to get billed. You're going to get billed for the sign itself and for the labor.
Yeah, I don't know where you guys think you go to school, but this is a rifle high school, rural Colorado, public. There's no money to be spent on anything. Place has 1 ketchup bottle. I think we've been through this already. You can't break stuff. It's valuable. We only have 1.
Next Saturday is the Sadie Hawkins dance from 9 to 11 p.m. To get in, you must have a $5, one of the 12 administered ID cards. So that's the blue one, the yellow one,
The paper one.
the white one, the one with the hole punch in it. Just bring one of them, and hopefully they'll let you in. It'll be $5 per person. Tickets will be sold at the door.
The theme will be glow in the dark, and the DJ will be DJ Khaled's estranged cousin, DJ Horizon. I'm sure you've all heard of him. And it is actually sponsored by Principals Council and Student Council in order to once again raise money for prom. I'm going to remind you about rules because what's a school without ridiculous rules? Once you are in the dance, you cannot leave.
It is assumed that once you leave the dance, you've gone to...
Immediately snort cocaine. That is
That is
no
the
in
assumption
between.
we're going to make.
There is no in between. All bags, purses, and backpacks will be checked upon entry to the dance because, like, on the American list of top terrorist targets, it goes Times Square, New York, and then right under that, the Rifle High School Sadie Hawkins dance. I mean, it's a huge danger. All 10 people that are going to show up. So, you got to get your bags checked. And finally, the final rule is if you're bringing your shady drug dealer boyfriend from Coleridge, he's got to get a guest pass.
Yeah, you gotta get one. Some of you sophomores, yeah, they're gonna do a background test on your invitee with your guest, and they have to be under 21. So some of you sophomores, baby, don't bring your boyfriend to the dance.
You might think you love Kyler, who's 25, but the Colorado judicial system does not. So remember, keep it legal, ladies.
Ladies, the whole premise of Sadie Hawkins is you get to ask a boy to the dance. Now you have to be okay with being rejected. So this is a news for all you seniors that are on track to graduate. Those of you who have a below, 2.0 GPA and have like 4 credits, yeah, you can tune out for this one. So I don't know whose idea this was, maybe the administration, maybe just your own student council, I don't know. So basically for the senior trip you have to pay $50 and you have to go to one of these places. Option number A, Thursday, April 30th to Friday, May 1st to Manitou Springs / Colorado Springs to the Cheyenne Mountain Zoo,
And Nuclear Bunker.
the Penny Arcade, and the Garden of the Gods, which actually doesn't sound that bad. I don't know what that is, but
I want to see Jesus' turnips. That's all I gotta say. Trip B is a trip to Elitch's. That would be in Denver. But you can't go if you're in IB, and you can't go if you're in varsity track. So basically,
yeah, that overlaps with IB biology, psychology, and some track meet, I think.
it's like we all have things to do.
Yeah, I don't know.
But hey, Elitch's, option B. Option C is going on a little trip over to Mormonville to go to another zoo. I hear they have whales, and I do not want to know how they got whales into Utah, but they somehow did. Maybe it lives in the Salt Lake.
Yeah.
Option D is don't pay any dollars.
Don't go.
And don't go.
If you're a senior, go vote on the Google Classroom. You have to go fill out a form and submit it. It's due Thursday by like 12 p.m., I think. So go do that.
In a rare serious note from RHS Live, we are going to talk about the memory of the late Kobe Bryant. Last Sunday, he unfortunately passed away along with 9 other people in a helicopter crash in Southern California. He was with his daughter Gianna, who was going to a basketball game at the Mamba Sports Center. He was undoubtedly one of the best players to play the game, and it's a huge loss for the sports world.
There have been talks about changing the NBA logo from a silhouette of Jerry West to a silhouette of Kobe Bryant, but we'll just have to see. It would be a great honor to Kobe, though.
Despite some deep divisions in our country, everyone came together to honor his memory. In the NBA, a lot of games were pushed back to a later time, and all of the teams that were playing in games that day each took a time violation in honor of Kobe Bryant. They were either 8 seconds or 24 seconds, which were Kobe's 2 numbers with the Los Angeles Lakers. It was a powerful moment. An even more powerful moment is this clip of ESPN sports writer Jay Williams, who was a personal friend of Kobe's, and I think has a great message for all of us to listen to, whether you are a fan of basketball or not.
We get caught up in this world in debates and who's the greatest, and love to judge people and off the court and on the court decisions. I think a lot of times we forget about who people are. And I know for me, I had a defining moment in my life that he pushed me in the right direction. And for somebody who's a new father, who has a baby girl, I'm not going to say prayers and condolences because I don't even know how you capture this moment, man. I know everybody's coming out with their Kobe Bryant story, and that's fine. But he is just, he was one of the most special individuals I've ever met. And it wasn't just his on-the-court performance. It was who he wanted to be, how he held himself. And we're all prone to make mistakes. We all live this life. But his innate character, his being, his spirit was incredible. It was just incredible. And it's rare that I've been around a lot of people in my life. And every time I was around him, if that was through the Players Tribune, if that was through as a player, if that was through random workouts, there's something so damn uplifting about him. It just made you want to be better in every aspect of your life because that's who he was. And that's the standard of excellence that he held himself to all the time. And today's a tough day. Today's a hard day.
I know we covered this last week, but I think coronavirus deserves 2 new segments because it's somehow special. There are now over 7,800 reported cases and around 170 deaths due to the disease. So Ethan and Ethan, the science teachers, are going to give you a brief description about what coronavirus does to you, why it's caused, and why you should be minorly concerned.
Coronaviruses are zoonotic, which means that they are transmitted from animals to people.
Which is yet another reason that we probably should not be attending any zoos. There are many respiratory symptoms associated with the disease, along with headaches, coughs, fevers, kidney failure, and death.
There's also pneumonia, which can be caused by the coronavirus, which is not good.
If you guys know anyone with coronavirus, don't go around them. And if someone tries to give you the coronavirus, just say no. They cannot legally give it to you without your consent.
that being said, we hope you enjoyed. We had a lot of fun making this episode. Please leave feedback in the Google form in the description. We want your feedback.
And we hope to see you in the next one.
Welcome to Between Two Class Periods with RHS Live. I am Ethan Mackley. I'll be your host today, and we're going to interview Mr. Miller.
Hi.
Mr. Miller, I am just going to ask you a couple questions. Feel free to
Well,
answer
first of
them.
all, before you do that, I kind of expected some ferns.
I don't know what you're talking about. This is original content, and this is definitely not based on any YouTube show whatsoever. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Fake news.
Okay. What happened?
You mean to get these good looks? I fell from heaven.
And landed on your face, clearly.
Does your dad know that you plan to wear a dress to prom?
It's 2020, Mr. Miller. I don't know if we should be making those kinds of jokes. It's a public school. Let's be classy now. How does it feel having the second coolest car in the staff parking lot?
Well, I think that's a matter of opinion, and yours is wrong.
I wouldn't call it opinion. I mean, Mr. Michelson drives a Charger. It's just inherently cooler.
Do you know what MOPAR stands for? Move over, people are racing.
I thought Mopars were. What is a Mopar?
That's the Dodge brand.
Oh, okay.
You would know that if you did some research before this interview.
So, this one's really for me mostly. Do you have any tips for someone who would have to interview you and would be just slightly worried about dying of boredom?
Get a sense of humor.
Well, that's kind of my gig on this show. I felt like that's what I had going for me.
Do you look in the mirror to make yourself laugh, or?
No, normally I don't laugh when I look in the mirror. I cry, but that's beside the point. What went wrong in your life that made you choose to teach history?
Well, I don't think anything went wrong. Have you seen all the babes at the university history departments?
No, I'm a senior in high school.
Okay. Well, when you go, you'll find out.
Well,
If you make it, that is.
if you mean by babes, you mean old, kind of fat professors, then yeah, I believe you. But I'm going into business anyway, so
Well, good luck with that.
yeah.
Talk about a basic degree.
Let's just move to the next question. I was just wondering, this is more of a personal hygiene question. When you're washing your face at night, where do you stop?
We have to go all the way up. Whole head.
That's just a big job for one face wash. They're supposed to be quick and easy, but that's a big job for someone such as yourself.
This seems like a better question for Mr. Harrison, whose head is gigantic.
I'm not gonna.
I mean, it's not disproportional, but it is huge.
I won't deny that statement.
Because you can't.
No, I can't. Factual. This one's more about your past. Is it true that you were caught selling arms to the Provisional Irish Army?
Next question.
No, this is important. I think this is what we came here for, and I want to know.
Next question.
Please explain this photo, Mr. Miller. Is this not you? A young, strapping Irish Provisional Army sergeant? I mean, it says Miller right here.
My 23andMe says I'm German, not Irish.
Doesn't mean you can't live in Ireland.
Well, but why would you want to?
Well, and your German heritage would explain the way you run your class.
With an iron fist, you mean?
Yes.
Efficiently, effectively?
More with just prejudice and
That's a
prejudice towards me, actually.
well, you deserve it.
I don't think I do. And
Are you going to cry now?
No. I have one, and this is probably the most important question of the interview. How does it feel to live permanently in Mr. Rice's shadow?
It means I don't get a sunburn on my head.
You know, I meant that figuratively, and it's just because Mr. Rice has such a way with teaching history, and you've worked with him a long time, and I just don't know how you haven't picked any of that up.
Well, it's hard to live up to the stature of, the Reverend Jonathan Rice.
He's really a special guy, but you would think after like 10 years you would at least be able to figure something out.
Is that why I'm the department chair and he's not?
Well, I feel like you're probably the department chair because he let you. It's like Castro, like not immediately taking power. I learned that in your class.
To you, at least you learn something.
Well,
I guess you do pay attention occasionally.
that's about the only thing I ever learned in your class.
Oh, man.
Um,
If I had feelings, they'd be hurt.
did you play any sports in high school?
No,
That's not surprising. What did you do?
nothing.
No, nothing.
I barely even went to class.
Wow. This explains why.
Actually, that's not true.
You did go to class.
Yeah,
Um,
but I skipped a lot.
And now you.
And that's why I'm a history teacher.
You just took my joke from me. It's been established that you were in the military, whether it's the Irish Provisional Army or the U.S. Army. It's in dispute. Did you cheat on the PT or
Bionic legs.
really? In 1960s is where I'm guessing you were probably 18 then?
You're in IB physics and IB math and you don't know how to count?
Well, I'm just saying you've got to be in your late 80s by now. And bionic legs probably wouldn't have existed when you were 18. I'm pretty sure the wheel didn't exist when you were 18.
How old do you think I am?
I said like 89, maybe 87 if I'm being nice.
Would I still be teaching at 89 years old?
Well, with your salary, probably.
That's probably true.
So how does it feel to be terminally alone?
Keep up your attitude and you'll find out.
My mom says I'm handsome.
So does mine.
Wow. That just proves moms are biased. Another one. Oh, there's rumors that you have a tattoo. Is that true?
Yes.
Why?
Well, when you're 19, you do dumb things.
I don't do dumb things.
Well, I think that's a matter of opinion.
I
I've known you for 2 years and, well, I don't think you're immune to doing dumb things.
My reputation around this school is absolutely spotless. I don't know what you're talking about. People love me.
Fake news.
No, we are the news. We're the only news organization in the school, so therefore anything I report is true.
Well, I'd say you're more credible than the mainstream media, but that's not saying much.
I was also wondering, you say you like to run. Is that accurate?
I wouldn't say I like to run, but I do it.
Like how far do you run on your average day?
3 miles.
I don't believe you.
I just did it. Before I came for the interview, I just did it.
Like 3 miles.
That's why I'm sitting and not standing.
3 miles per hour, maybe. 3 miles.
I think you're just jealous.
Listen, I don't want to run 3 miles ever, so.
Well, that's pretty clear from your performance on the football field.
Outro. Yeah. That was our show. Thank you for joining us on Between Two Class Periods with me and Mr. Miller. Is there anything you'd like to say before we go to class?
Do your homework.
Don't do your homework.